Hey guys, it's so strange. It's Wednesday. It's a Wednesday, and there is a brand new movie coming out on a Wednesday. Not even Thursday. It's not even Thursday. It's a Wednesday, and the new Tom Cruise Mission Impossible movies out today. I was amazed. I was looking at the website, and I couldn't believe it. In fact, the website didn't agree with me. It was only telling me Thursday's times. I had to go to purchase the ticket for it to be convinced it was Wednesday. I am here to see. I'm kind of excited about this. I've always liked, except for 2, Mission Impossible 2. It was like a music video with It was a big, long, romantic music video. It's basically what I saw it as. So that's the only Mission Impossible movie I really didn't like. The first one was kind of rough. They were still kind of finding out what kind of movie they wanted to make. But by the third movie, they hit their stride, and they knew exactly what kind of Mission Impossible, what kind of spy thriller movie this was supposed to be. And so we're on 7 or 8 or something like that. And they've been going strong. I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what they do. Now, this is part 1, so we obviously know they're setting up for a sequel. Let's see how that works out for them. But in just a few seconds, guys, I'm going to be right back to let you know what I think about Tom Cruise's latest Mission Impossible movie. All right, in just a few seconds, guys. See ya. Hey guys, I just got done watching the film, and I pretty much know what I want to say, so this is going to be real quick. All right. Are you ready for this? Let's just go over the plot real quick. It's basically, here's the thing. Like, I have a hard time going over the plot without giving away the plot. I mean, as weird as that sounds, there's usually a way to sum up the plot in a few sentences so that you're not giving away the story, right? And this story kind of lends to that because it's really very basic. We open the scene. It's an opening sequence that establishes that we need a key. Now, there's this key on one of the crewmates' necks. He's wearing on a chain. And they show it in the very early scenes where it's like 2 intersecting pieces of this key that like lock into each other and create this like kind of like this like 4-dimensional key, 3-dimensional key. And we don't know what that key is, but we soon find out. So we find out that the key is the most important thing in the movie, and it controls this kind of rogue program that seems to be able to go anywhere and be anything that it wants to be, and invade any system that it wants to invade, and then like do its own devious things. So it's almost its own entity. It's almost its own character. We really don't get to meet this character. We see it kind of like off to the side, off in the background. We're talking about it. We're discussing it. We see this like kind of like a matrixy kind of like a symbol on all the screens, and we know that that's the entity, right? So we kind of learned that this entity can do anything, and that because of that, all the world's governments want this entity, and they want to control this entity to kind of like subjugate everybody else to make them the world leader. So they have all these spies out in the field trying to get the second key. There you go. That's the plot. Now, where does our hero Ethan Hunt fit into this? Well, we very early on, after that original scene, after that setup scene, we get to see Ethan Hawke and his crew, the Simon Pegg and the Ving Rhames, his buddies, his friends, his comrades, his crew, and they are doing their best, being offline and guiding him to find his key. Do you guys remember the last words I said before I walked into that movie theater? I said that all the movies, like I think we're on 8 or something like that. I lost count. But I do remember that the second movie in this franchise was a slog. It was a bore, and it focused more on the romance than it did the spy story, right? And that's why I didn't like it. In fact, I heard from a couple other fans that a lot of people didn't like that second movie. Guess what? This movie reminded me a lot of that second movie. I am surprised in how much little action there was in this action film. Tom Cruise is famous for doing his own stunts in this franchise. In fact, they've freely given out that information every single movie, and I think that's the way to generate buzz. Have people put their butts in those seats so they can see this handsome, very, very fit 60-year-old guy doing these outrageously dangerous stunts. This movie was no exception. He did do his dangerous stunt for this movie. And it did, unfortunately, correspond with the only good action sequence in this film. Them trying to navigate a train wreck. And it was probably the best action sequence in the whole entire film, and I really did enjoy that, but it was a little too little and a little too late for this film. I'm going to say that this movie was a complete bore. It was so boring. They spent more time talking about the plot than actually showing us the plot and showing us what's going on. And that's the main thing I have wrong with this movie. Tom Cruise looks good on that screen. All his team members, well, Ving Rhames, he's getting old. So is Simon Pegg, but he still looks good. He looks like he's getting out and getting on that treadmill. Ving Rhames, maybe not so much. But they all looked good on that screen. They were just not given anything to do. We focused more on the Ethan Hunt, and there was a new character that was introduced. I'm going to put her right over here. I think I recognize her. I think she was part of the Marvel universe, the cinematic universe. I think she played Agent Carter. I might be wrong. I'm going to put a yes or no right over here. She was highly attractive, and I really liked her as a character. I just wish this movie had more to offer. I wish this movie did something, didn't tell us something, because that's exactly what happened. Guys, that's my main complaint. I wish this movie actually was more exciting than it was, but it wasn't. I am going to give it another, I gave Indiana Jones a 65, and it wasn't because of the action. The action was actually really fun in that movie. It was more of the plot that it kind of rubbed me the wrong way, and this is the exact opposite. The plot was okay, although be it very simplistic, to be honest with you. It was the lack of action, the lack of actually doing that kind of failed this movie. 65 is the best I'm going to give this movie, as I did give Raiders of the Lost Ark for entirely different reasons. But I really cannot recommend this movie. This was kind of a slog. It was kind of a bore. I would recommend watching it at home. This is not a movie you have to go see it at the theater. Save some money, and spend some time with the family, and plop your butt down in the comfy couch and watch this movie at home when it finally hits the streaming services. There are a few movies still coming out this summer that I'm kind of excited to see. I desperately do want to see the new animated Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, so that may be the next movie I'm going to see. I don't particularly. I've seen trailers for Oppenheimer, and I kind of want to see it, but it looks like one of those movies that's going to be extremely long, and looks like it would be better served if I watched it in segments. So I think I'm going to save that one for an at-home viewing. So that's my way of saying, unless I'm going to see Turtles, I'm not really sure when I'm going to see you next. But as always, I do wish everybody peace. I do wish everybody's healthy and well. Montanay, I'll talk to you guys later, and goodbye. See you, bye.